You made the point about the distinction between intent and capability. As I understand it, one of China's strategic intentions is to deny US dominance in the Western Pacific. Is this a significant step towards making clear that intent and the capability to enforce it?
There is a very legitimate sense in the Chinese thinking around exerting their own authority, especially in their own region, to demonstrate that they are not willing to be contained by the United States in the Western Pacific anymore. I think what's actually happening in respect of China's aspirations here is a bit more nuanced, and it's also a bit more responsive to what it's been experiencing over now several centuries at the hands of a number of colonial powers. We have heard talk from China of redressing a century of humiliation that they feel, which I think, if we were to be honest with ourselves, we could find an accommodation for how they might feel like that. The growth to the prosperity that we see exhibited by China today, which has been contributing to them becoming the world's largest navy, all relies to a very large measure on two things that are dependent on the sea, and Australia is the same. The first of those is the vast quantity of raw materials that they need to fuel their economy can only come by sea. The transportation of such vast quantities by any other means is impractical, notwithstanding their land borders. Many people will have heard of the first and second island chains. These chains of islands, first being closest, second being furthest away from the Chinese mainland, in and bordering the South China Sea. I was intrigued in researching this recently. I had always had the view that the first and second island chains were a Chinese strategy, but they're not. They're an American strategy. The first and second island chains as a strategic notion were invented by John Foster Dulles in 1951 at the height of the Korean War. This containment is something they no longer need to put up with. They're strong enough militarily to stand up against it and to take steps to push it back, and America is going to respond as it does. The tensions that we see playing out here between these two nations particularly reflect their views of each other.